Good Tuesday, my friends. It's time for all the news that could be but isn't for October 18th, 2016. I'm your armchair comedian, Joe Hafner, with today's news. Mike Pence was recently asked to respond to an 11-year-old girl's questions about body image and female objectification. The Republican vice presidential nominee responded by talking about foreign policy instead. Not one to shy away from a question, Pence's running mate Donald Trump gave her body an 8, but her face a 5. Speaking of the Donald, he is calling for there to be a drug test ahead of tomorrow's third and final presidential debate. And in related news, can you do Gary Johnson a solid and pee in this cup for him, please? Aleppo. Well, speaking of Donald Trump, he said in an interview 12 years ago with Howard Stern about Lindsay Lohan that deeply troubled women are always the best in bed. Although I'm not sure he has much in the way of comparison because I can't think of any other type of woman who would go to bed with Donald Trump. Sexy. Last week, an aggravated circuit judge in Jackson County disrobed and helped tackle a defiant man during a hearing on a personal protection order violation, just like Judge Judy has done so many times in my dreams. A vineyard in Italy dispenses free, locally made wine to the public 24 hours a day. So what? We have something like that here in America. It's called the fourth hour of the Today Show. Uh-oh. Hoda's drunk again. Well, also last week, a man in California was attacked by bears after interrupting them while they were having sex. But on the plus side, that's technically a threesome. Ew. Also last week, a man in the UK had to have his penis amputated after getting it stuck for 4 days in a bottle that he's using as a sex toy. You know, that's going to make for some very weird addition to the man's ship in the bottle collection. After the latest episode of Saturday Night Live, Donald Trump took to Twitter and said, quote, "Watch Saturday Night Live, hit job on me. Time to retire the boring and unfunny show." You know, the only thing that would have made Trump more upset is if the cast and crew of SNL hadn't mentioned him at all. An Italian porn director has opened up a school dubbed Porn University to teach aspiring adult film stars the tricks of the trade. You know, to be accepted as an actress, all you need is a clean health report and a letter of recommendation from your stepfather or uncle. And finally, NBC announced last Friday it has pulled a Donald Trump-themed episode of Law & Order SVU, which features a rich politician whose campaign goes off the rails after several women come forward with damaging accusations. Unfortunately, the country's ongoing episode of Fear Factor will continue with Democrat Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine facing Republicans Donald Trump and Mike Pence on November 8th. Or is it November 28th? I'm not sure. Anyway, that's all the news that could be but isn't for Tuesday, October 18th, 2016. Again, I'm your armchair news reporter and comedian, Joe Hafner, with you. Be sure to check out my other podcasts, including Half in the Morning, at tinyurl.com/HafnerMedia. You'll see a list of sites where you can get those episodes. And also drop me an email at halfinthemorning@gmail.com. That's HAFF in the morning at gmail.com.